Hey guys, it's Gus, and I have 20 observations in the auction house. A couple notes before we begin. These are PS4 prices. Prices could definitely be different on Xbox or PC. Secondly, most of this is just observations with a lot of guessing, and sometimes those guesses aren't right. So I don't recommend you really make any purchases based off of what we're talking about. Just take into consideration when you're making your decision. And thirdly, I don't recommend anybody gamble unless they can afford to lose the diamonds that you can lose, because you can lose a lot of diamonds in this game playing the auction house. But this isn't necessarily for playing the auction house, it's for maximizing your farms or however way you want to make AD. So first things first, refinement. Yeah, the thing that was dirt cheap. Well, it's still dirt cheap compared to when it was like 6 years ago, or yeah, when I started playing, but it's going up. Like there's this one brilliant diamond right here. These two listed in the last couple hours, but these are up to 3,500 now. Let's make sure I have it on the buyout correctly. But they're going up, which is crazy because they throw refinement points at us. So I don't know why it's almost doubled in prices in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Maybe it's because a lot of people are upgrading enchantments right now with all these cohorts they're getting from the Gone event, or the cheap cohorts in the auction house, or the new lightning enchant. I don't know why, but RP is going up. These brilliant diamonds were 2K, and the purple ones, the violet, these were 4K. This one just got listed. The next one is 7,000. I mean, they've doubled. This is I don't know how to explain it, but RP is going up. I don't expect it to stay up for a long time, but it is going up. And during the two-time RP event, if I see any of these violent diamonds or the brilliant diamonds listed for cheap during the two-time event in the auction house, I'm snatching them all up. Uh, the Demogorgon gear. Demogorgon gear is almost doubled in price this new mod. I thought they would go up, but they didn't go up, but they're now going up. And I don't know if it's a couple hunches. Maybe it's because a lot of the people that would be farming demo are spending not doing any more demo and they're focusing on the new trial, perhaps. Or maybe a lot of players are trying to gear up to get ready for the new trial, so they're getting the demo set. But they're going up, which is nice for anybody who farm these. Um, Speaking of these mythic sets, look at these. This the greater belt is 5 mil, and the neck is 10 million. These are from the new trial, and there's a lot of people getting them. You see, there's a lot of names up here, and nobody's going to 9.999 million. I don't know how long this is gonna stay, guys. I don't know because there's a lot of people getting them, and some of these people might need AD at some point, and they're gonna cave in. I don't know. Uh, I don't know if they're that good. I know a lot of people want the item level, but when I read the bonuses, I haven't tested them, of course. I could buy them and test them, but just when you read the tooltip, they just look like pure garbage. Oh man, for anybody who's sitting on stacks of cohorts, rip, these things have not budged an inch at all. They're still, 580, and I don't know if they're gonna go up anytime soon, because there might there, players might be sitting on a mountain of these, and the Gone event is out, and the secret's out. These Gone packs drop cohorts at a rate much higher than we ever suspected before, because we thought it was like 1 in 1,000, but it's not. It's more like 1 in 50 or 1 in 60 around there. As long as you open the packs on a different character once you get your cohort. So maybe there's a flood of cohorts in the market right now from the Gone event, in addition to all the cheap cohorts that carried over from the last triple cohort sale. Who knows? Uh, they can go down, guys. They can go down because this is still well above the cost that people paid in the Zen market. So anybody sitting on a mountain of these who's like been waiting to sell them for 3 or 4 months, I know a few people, you might have to be waiting a lot longer. Some people are starting to sell now, not expecting the prices to go up. So who knows what's going to go on with these? The Poison Thorn and Curse Burn crash and burn, just like we thought. Oh, not that one. These for HRs, and I imagine most, if not every single class in the game, Mythic Burn and Poison Thorn are literally half the damage you're going to get from Lightning Enchant. They're that bad compared to what the Lightning Enchantment is. It's such a better. I'm not saying it's great because compared to what the weapon enchants used to be, they're not at that level. But these new weapon enchants are not. These Mythic and Poison Thorn, I got a couple of them for 1.2 mil. Because I was like, they cost 4 cohorts to make, plus all the glyphs. I'm like, 1.2, how much lower can they go? But I until they change something, every DPS I know going in these trials is be wearing lightning because they don't like being not on the damage board because they're in last place. That lightning makes that much of a difference. It's a very good enchantment, guys. At least for HRs, and I'm suspecting for most, if not every other class as well. Um, so the lightning enchant has got down to about 3.3, 3.4. If you're waiting to get it because you're hoping it's going to go even lower, I don't expect it to go very much lower for quite some time. The people selling them at this price are not really making anything unless they're using up all their bound cohorts to make them. But even at that rate, there's probably better ways to use your cohorts to make AD than these right here. These are pretty low because remember we can't exchange our old rank 14 weapon and chance to get a rank 4 curse burn or poison thorn. You have to use all your cohorts to make the mythic lightning enchant. The shard doesn't drop in a lockbox, so you have to pay that 100k and you have to grind the currency. So I don't expect these to go. They could go a little bit lower, but I think for quite some time they might stay around this price or even go up. Because I don't know if everybody's a believer or understands how good this enchantment is right now. A lot of people are focusing on that 15 extra magnitude damage. I could give two shits if this enchantment had 0 damage. It doesn't matter. What that 15% stats will give you such a monstrous increase to your damage. That's equivalent to 2 companion equip bonuses. And I know a lot of people say, my stats are capped. Well, uncap your stats and equip this thing and get more stuff into damage. And there's a lot of stuff you can do for your damage. You know, if you're wearing this enchant, this armor from Dragon Hunts that gives you stats, you can take it off and you can put off this damaged chest piece that gives you 12%. Wait, where is it? Oh, I must have put it in my belt. I got it in my I think I got it. Oh God, please say I didn't delete it. I'm deviating a little bit because now I'm worried. Uh, no, not that one. Oh yeah, the Exalted Maidens. It gives you 12% more damage in the new trial. So you can put on the new lightning enchantment, take off this dragon hunt, and put on the 12% damage chest if that's what you want to do. Because you're just, and there's no way the poison and curse burner are giving you a 12% damage increase. Uh, you can take off, in your mounts. You can make sure you can get Ferocity in there. Companions, you can get the Knight, the Minsk, the Batiri. This is a trial build. None of this is needed for normal content though. But that lightning enchantment, I don't know if everybody understands how good it is compared to what we currently have. It will make your build that much stronger. Uh, Life scrolls. I'm actually kind of surprised because I've been waiting for them to go up for a long time, and they haven't moved in quite a while. Well, they've moved. They've moved kind of significantly, and as more and more people are getting in this trial, these might be getting bought out more. Look at these are 3,500 each. Wait, is that 3,000? Yeah, they're 3,500 each. They were under a 3,000 2 weeks ago, so they're going up. And you notice this one just got listed. These are stacks of 999. When you start getting into the smaller stacks, you're looking at 4K each, and these were just listed. But I'm telling you, I wouldn't gamble and buy these hoping they keep going up because just like the cohorts, I know so many players who are sitting on 999 stacks. Not one or two, but like tens, 10,000, 20,000 scrolls of life. And they'll gladly sell if they hit like 4K, 5K mark because they've been sitting on them forever. The one thing that could drive the price up though, potentially, is when you look at the calendar, there is nothing in here for the trade bar sale. So that could impact the price of the that does impact the price of life scrolls, but I don't know if they have gone up. I don't know if they'll continue to go up. They could, but I wouldn't buy them at the current price hoping they go up. I would buy them at the current price if you need them though. Um, every single insignia in this game has skyrocketed. Every single insignia. The cheapest insignia in the game right now is 1.1 million. These mythic insignia packs where people got them have gone up 25%. Uh, look at 1.1 mil, and this just got listed. And you start getting to the good ones, the skills. I only know DPS. I don't. Look at the cheapest skill is 2.1 million, and these just got listed. Next ones are 2.4 million. I'm gonna start selling. This is insane. Aggression 2.3 is the cheapest. Domination shouldn't be that high, but it might be. Let's see. Because I know a lot of people have been, yeah, 1.6 mil. This Regal used to be the most expensive dominance on PS4, anyways. All the insignias are going up. Now, for the new insignias, I'm not following them because, you know, this is the third time. This was the third time, and I believe the last year that they made an announcement, caused the market to react and backtrack. They did it with the Watler, they did it with the Blasphemous Assassin, and they did it with these well, not these per se, but the enchantments. They got the community excited by promising improvements, and then they backtracked, and everybody else that reacted was holding the bag. It wasn't like it was on preview, right, where they say everything's subject to change. They literally put a blog out saying, we are doing this, this is what we are doing. There was no asterisk saying we're thinking of doing this. They said we are doing this. And this is the third time in a year that they have gone back on their word. So, um, why was I talking about that? These insignias are going up. Yeah, I was talking about the new enchants. I'm not really following them because there's no way I'm gonna pay 3 million for 40 stats. Well, I'm not saying no way, but there's no reason to in the current state of the game to do it. And I'll show you. These started off super high, but they're already going down because there's not, yeah, like this ruby right here, 3.5. Power and accuracy, defense and deflection. I think most tanks, they got plenty of defense points, and I think most of them are trying to put it in crit sev before they put it into deflect, unless I'm mistaken. Awareness, deflect is severity again, deflect. Maybe combat advantage, crit strike. Mm. Yeah, these have those. Those are priced at the current what the current enchants are now. So these are a big fat flop. And oh, I'm so glad. Day one, I got all those 4 slot mounts, and I'm not using most of them now, but I did because I was excited about making a high um, hit point build. And what was crazy about that is I needed insignias. I needed the crescents. I don't think I needed bar. I needed crescents. So what I did is I got the choice packs, and they were like in the auction house for like 1.5 million, 1.6 million. Look at these now. The cheapest one is 2.3 million. Make sure if you're going to buy an insignia, check the insignia choice packs first. They may be cheaper than the insignia you're trying to get. Uh, This new mount, holy shit, it's dropping hard. I was way wrong. When we first heard about it, I thought it was going to be high and remain high. And I think my reasoning was sound, but I didn't. We what we didn't expect is the 4 slots bonus is pretty much dog shit, and nobody really needs it. It's a filler. So what's that new mount called? The Ebon riding lizard, something like that. One sec, it's the Ebon. Yeah, it's dropping hard. Look at if we look at all our mounts, it's almost down to the bottom. It's 3 pages away from being the cheapest, mythic mount in the game. And I thought it was gonna be real high, but it wasn't. So if you're running dungeons, right, there's some drops you can get from dungeon chests. They're a value, like legendary shards. Every time you see that, you're like, bam, easy AD. But the chests don't really have a lot, and the companions have really dropped in value. There's a couple companions you can still get from a chest that have value. I've only seen this once personally for me in 6 years, but I know it's possible. The Zuna is over 1 million. The polar bear, which I got 2 of them 1 day within the last 12 months. Oh, there's no more blue ones. Oh shit. Okay. The polar bear drops from Master Hunt, drops from everything. If you get a polar bear, do not reroll on it. What other ones did I write down? The black dragon ion stone. Black dragon. If you get one of these, don't reroll on it, guys. Don't make that mistake. What? Oh, the ghost. If you get a ghost, don't reroll on this bad boy. It's like 2 million. Um, well, let's keep going. 166 items. Come on, baby. And yeah, 2.2 million. And the other one, this one is don't reroll on this one if you get it, guys. The wolf. For the longest time, people have always said power and crit severity were the easiest stats to get. Crit severity is my hardest stat to get in my current build. And I have a wolf slotted in my utility slot because there's a lot of sources of CA and not a whole lot of sources of that. Look at 4 million for the cheapest wolf. Oh, there's a 3 million green one. Man, if I see a 2 million green one, I'll snatch it up in the auction house. But so if you see that in the chest, do not let those go to waste. Speaking of companions, this companion should be so expensive right now. If you didn't know, if you haven't been following any of my videos, I bought, I think, 10 of these. It might have been 8, but I think it was 10. I bought 10 of these for my team for the new trial. I gave everybody one because these were amazing on paper. And then we found out it didn't work. And we asked for it to get it fixed. And what they do, they came out with a nerf to the fix. So it became completely useless. I know some people think it's a good damage dealer. It's not. It's pure shit in the new trial. I could be wrong, but I doubt I am. This companion, what a disappointment. Now there is one bright side to it. It does have a 1% damage debuff. God, I don't ever want to mention this companion again. It reduces an enemy's deflect by 2%, which doesn't matter if everybody's at 90% accuracy. Anyways, and it reduces the damage, increases the damage by 1%, which is very, very nominal. As a matter of fact, everybody hitting potentially up to 1% harder may not equate to the damage loss running this companion because it doesn't hit that hard. So it's probably more than likely going to keep going down. Thanks again for misleading us, devs. Hopefully, I never have to mention that companion again. I can't believe they did that to us. Well, I can, but I just don't want to believe it. All the exclusive mythic companions are still going up. When I say exclusive, I'm not saying lockbox. I'm talking limited time in the Zen market. Companions of the Hall and whatever the ones that look at the cheapest one. Well, this isn't. You can still get this out of a lockbox technically. It's just so damn expensive. But you got these companions, and you got not the companions of the hall. The Elminster, the Jarlax, the Lunu, and Lich Makos. Man, oh man, I'm hoping these go up personally. I got a bunch of them. They may not. It's a shit companion. Uh, yeah, unless there's something I didn't see when I was testing. It is complete dog shit, but it's rare. And it is mythic, and it is bolster. And what's the bonus? When you take damage blow, you will be shielded. Hmm. I maybe there's no. I don't think even that would be good for a tank. Maybe a tank could say I'm wrong, but I doubt it. It looks like dog shit for everybody. So I made a big gamble and it paid off, and I think it's going to keep going up too. So when they released the magnificent lock boxes, everybody was selling these 20 stacks of 20 for 200k. So they were 10k each. The cheapest one in the auction house is currently 20k each. So they have literally doubled in price. And I got a lot of them for like 8k each, 9k each. So I'm glad. I think I bought like 800 to 1,000 of them. I mean, it's a significant profit. I'm not complaining. I got to sell them still. So it's not a profit until you actually sell them. But my reasoning was, you get your grand prize. You get your grand prize when you've opened your last one, your 150 or 200 or 250 or whatever it is. And if somebody's at 200, chances are they're going to want to open 50 more lock boxes to get that grand prize. That's a minimum 6 million AD prize. So my it probably flawed logic, but my thinking was people who are halfway there are probably going to want to cross the finish line. So I bought a bunch of them. Um, Mythic Collars. These are selling and they're going up. There is a recharge for under 10 million. It hasn't been listed too long, but everything else 13. Oh, it's gone. It was there. 10, 11 million for a recharge speed. And the next one is 13 million. There was a bunch below, right around 9 million before the new mod started. So they're going up. Good for you guys, whoever has been saving on them. So if you don't know what a whisker farm is, I telling you, for everybody watching, I got to explain this. I know 99% of us know what a whisker farm is, but there are a lot of players who ask me what is a whisker farm when I mention it in the video. So instead of spelling out, I'm going to show them. So if you go to dungeons and you hit um, vault, once you hit, you got to be 40,000 item level. 40,000 item level is literally possible to be reached in your first day of Neverwinter as a free-to-play player without spending a single penny. It's very difficult, but it is possible because I made a build that can do it. It requires some grinding, and it requires that one day crosses a reset period, so you can refine twice. But you can literally in your first 24 hours of Neverwinter hit 40k item level and start doing this dungeon. It's gonna take some grinding though. You're gonna have to grind that whole 24 hours to make some AD, and hopefully everything sells. But it's possible, and it's even more possible with all the. That was before this new zone came out with all this even higher item level stuff that's basically free now in the auction house. So it's probably even easier than what I was my theoretical build is. But anyways, you go into Vault of Stars. I don't think you can unlock this when you are 40k item level. You still have to get far enough in the campaign to unlock this dungeon, but when you run it, each of the three bosses can drop three three unique items. One of them is called a Displacer Beast Whisker. And look at this lowest price right now is 68,000, but they're usually around 70,000. Even a little bit more depending on what master crafter's crafting what today, or the shard of Dawn's Light, which is again 70. Wait, I want to do Dawn. These two are 70k or 72k. They have a very good chance of dropping on each boss. You can even get so lucky to get three of these in one dungeon run. So what players are doing when you are in Protector's Enclave or Sherndar and people saying hosting Whisker Farm, it's because they're farming the Shard of Dawn's Light and the Displacer Beast Whiskers because they're unbound and you can do unlimited runs a day and you can make hundreds, if not millions of AD a day doing that. It's just so monotonous and boring. and so hard to host it because when you set a group up, you want 5 minute runs, 5 minute runs. And then every 2 or 3 runs, somebody will leave and it'll take 20 minutes to fight them. And you're like, fuck, I could have just got 4 more runs done, made another 150K. And so they're paying to ask to host. So not enough people are hosting. But if you got a solid team, you can make some serious AD doing Whisker farms. I'm mentioning this because these are staying strong, which indicates two possibilities, possibly both, maybe even neither. One is demand for Mastercraft gear is continuing to go up with the new trial. And B, it could indicate that less people are farming because they have other stuff to farm in the game. Or it could be a combination of both. Or it could be neither. But those are my two guesses. These have actually gone up slightly since the new mod has came out. So these are still great farms, and if you're sitting on a bunch of them, now might be a good time to sell. Uh, so I was wrong. I was wrong about rank 14 weapon enchants. I thought these would go down, way down. The lowest one in the auction house is 1.14 mil. The next one is 1.419 mil. The reason I thought these would go down is because I thought that with Curse Burn and Poison Thorn becoming basically obsolete compared to the Lightning enchant, that the demand would for these to go down. But apparently, what's probably going on is they're still using these for the rank 2 enchantment packs, and I totally forgot about those. Is it blue or is it purple? What? What? So it's the enchantment pack that can give you a lead. Oh god. Maybe I would. Is it refinement packs? Maybe it's here. I don't know. One sec, guys. I know these videos are a little bit too long, but I try to be thorough to minimum. Oh yeah, these right here. Oh shit, they've gone up nicely. 560. Oh, and then they quickly shoot up to 700K. So if you buy one of those rank 14 legacy weapon or armor enchants, you can exchange it for two of these packs right here. So I totally forgot about these. I was thinking just for the Bile Thorn or the Poison Thorn and the Curse Burn. So I thought those rank 14s would go down. I was wrong. They actually seem to be going up. Um, this is crazy right here. Look at this. These were under 100K each. The market was flooded with them. The market was flooded with, I'm getting there, these glorious resurgence epic artifact packs and the magnificent resurgence epic artifact packs, which are basically identical. Everybody getting these are getting these for the same reason, I think. For this one, they're getting the heart of the black dragon. Everything else has absolutely no purpose in the new trial unless you're building a recharge build. Then you might be using three, but none of those artifacts in there are going to be used in the trial. And then when we go to the Magnificent Pack, again, you could be using the Wyvern coated blades, which is pretty much obsolete with the blades, and Heart of the Black Dragon. So I think people are buying these packs just for the Heart of the Black Dragon, is my guess. Because everything else basically doesn't have any value in the game anymore. uh, I will take that back. There are some builds that are still using the music box. Very viable builds. I maybe possibly even still best in slot builds that are using the music box set. It's a very underrated set. It's a very hard set to use. I'm too afraid to use it in the new trial because if I hit one beholder, I'm gonna hit all four beholders every single time, and I don't want that aggro. And that's not fair of the tanks for me to take the aggro because the music box set hits everything once you activate it. And as an HR, I can activate it as much as I want. So I had to mention these have tripled in value. Here's something I never thought I'd ever see. My goodness. If you go to the mount packs and you look at what are they called? Tokens. This is crazy. These have always been a third, at most half the price of companion upgrade tokens. Look at 70K for 10 mounts and 85K for comp tokens. They're almost mount tokens have gone up almost as much as the comp tokens. I never would have guessed that. I think it's a combination of a lot of things going on right now. Um, Mounts in the trial, you can use whatever comp. I mean, there are some comps you do have to upgrade, but there's a lot of mount possibilities you might have to use, as well as the runic aura. So maybe a lot of people are having to upgrade their mounts. I don't know, but I was just shocked that the mount upgrade tokens have gone up as much as almost the comp tokens have. By the way, neither of which, yes, I am selling a lot, and somebody will comment below that I am selling them, but I am not saying this to sell them. You will get such a better value out of Astro Lock boxes, even at the current 80K price right now. Because remember, these average over 40 trade bars each. If you open one, you might get 20, but if you open 10 or more, you're going to average around 40K plus. I usually average around 44K, 44 trade bars per one of these. And you divide that by 3, you got 11 comp tokens. That's not even in a sale, right? That's 11 comp tokens without the sale, plus all the other unbound shit it drops for 80K, as opposed to 10 with no other drops. A lot of people are opening these and making more diamonds than they spent because there's some decent drops in them. I forget which ones they are. The honey badger, it has value. I mean, it's gonna sell for like 400K. Um, the boots of the Misty Step still sells. The pseudo dragon definitely sells. The frost giant, believe it or not, sells. It's a skin, but people like skins apparently. And then when you go down, it drops all those. You have a really good chance of getting those. Uh, the stronghold vouchers, which have always been selling. I don't know how they're still selling, but they still have a really high value. So I don't get those comp and mount packs. You're paying 8,000 diamonds for each one when you buy them at 80K. Um, Mount tokens. So check this out. Every insignia in the game has been going up. Well, I only track purple and up. Look at, I listed a bunch of these, but most of them are gone. Purples are 40K. They were 35K before this mod dropped. These were down to 108K. I have a bunch of these listed. They're selling. I'll show you real quick. I listed a bunch last night right before bed. We'll go take a look. And then, of course, the mythics. I have a piece of advice for you, though. Let's go, let me swap to my next tune. I think I listed them on Mount 3 or 4, so I'll get down there as fast as I can. I'm assuming they sold. I haven't checked. You'll see because my mail is unopened. I think it was Mount 4. Let's see if there's a mail there. I listed these 12 hours ago, 15 hours ago. Yeah. Okay. 3 purples, 2 purples, 2 purples, 4 purples, or 5 purples. 2 purples, 2 purples, 4 purples. Oh no, these are the legendary ones. My bad. Yeah, they're selling. I mean, I just showed you. I'm selling them. So and I just listed those last night. Oh, so here's. I don't know if this has been talked about yet. I haven't. I've been really busy with family over the last couple days. But there's something that I don't know if anybody's noticed yet. The Jubilee's coming, and the Jubilee's been a horrible disappointment the last couple years. Like it used to be, the Jubilee used to be the event of the year. You know, people think the summer festival is great and the winter festival is great and Gone event's great. They were tiny compared to the Jubilee. Jubilee, people that quit the game for a year would come back for Jubilee for one day and do the Jubilee event. It was unbelievably good. And then they turned it into a complete waste of time where there's like 6 zones. There will be a bunch on the first day, but uh, will they go back to the glory days and make this an amazing event? Well, we can guess on the answer on that. But it looks like they're trying to make it not a completely useless event. So when you go down there in Whispering Caverns, Everybody's gonna be, and you can't farm Protector's Bounty in the guild anymore. I don't think. I think I read that in a patch note that they're removing it from the guild. So Protector's Bounty is basically gonna be farmed in Whispering Caverns. But check it out. After you open 150 packs, which is like how much you'll get in the first 2 hours, look at legendary insignias. Yes, this means players will be AFKing for legendary insignias, present company included. Holy shit. Standing around not doing anything and being able to get legendary insignias. I doubt they'll be unbound, which is just fine. I'll turn them into dust. Only turn one into dust at a time, because if you turn 10 at a time, you probably won't crit. So you'll probably get more crit for extra dust out of one. But that's another point. We will be able to AFK and farm the shit out of legendary insignias. We don't know what the drop rate is, right? We do know they drop cohorts too. My previous couple years, it's almost always been I get my first one between 800 and 1200, and my guess is the drop rate for cohorts are about 1 in 1,000. But now that we can get legendary insignias as well, ooh, yeah, this might be a big deal, guys. This might be a fun week. I might lose a lot of sleep during the sleep if the drop rate of those is decent. So why am I mentioning this? If has been going up since the new mod drop, but if this, when the Jubilee comes out, if those legendary insignias are unbound, shit, even if they're bound, people will be should be buying less out of the auction house. So you might want to sell sooner than later if you don't want to risk them going down. And just if you have a gain right now, sell it and take that gain, because this could be a big disruptor to your potential profits. Well, this is my observation. If you got any comments, questions, or you've seen anything as well, please comment below. Stay classy, Neverwinter. See you soon.